We will use the environVRM class to show how to quickly load and display a VRM avatar. The class is a wrapper aimed at making it simple. All code is available on GitHub. I am only going to cover the basics required to get things loaded and running. Future episodes will get more in-depth as I delve into building out responses and the AI components. Import the environVRM variable, that is the wrapper for loading, displaying, posing, and animating the avatar. Initialize the environment, load the poses and animations, and add any listeners your UI requires. The class handles the details of initializing the environment and starting the animation loop. Feel free to pause here and view the code and comments. The full code is available on GitHub. The function in the app initialization fetches the default pose and animation JSON file and loads it. PoseEd allows for loading a local pose and animation file that you have previously saved as well. Feel free to pause here and view the code and comments. The full code is available on GitHub. We don't need all of this functionality for simply displaying my avatar in the main Bob interactive app. But I wanted to set up PoseEd, which can be used later for integrating more fun visuals as we get there. Once we load our VRM model, we can easily pose him. There are only a few default poses for now. The default on load is typically the T-pose. Let's select the standing pose for a more natural look. We can change the hands quickly with the hand button, but this pose already makes the hands more natural. We can select the bone we want to manipulate by clicking on the avatar at that position. Then we can change the angle around the axis that we want it to rotate. Once we have our poses added to the pose library, we can build animations as well. Animations are built with timing and poses and can be added to the main library. You can then play your animation to test it out and adjust it as needed. Let's shift gears to focus on what we need for Flexi Bob, how I blink and talk. We set the environment as we did before and check for errors. We turn off the grid, axes, and controls that allow for moving and rotating the avatar as we don't need those here. We then load the VRM model from a URL, set the camera view, and start the blinking for a more realistic effect. To set the camera view, we first get the target for where the camera is pointing and adjust it to point specifically to the head. We tweak the position based on the aspect ratio of the environment to get the portrait zoom that we want, and then set the camera position and the adjusted target, where the camera is pointing specifically. Feel free to pause here and view the code and comments. The full code is available on GitHub. The start blinking function starts the blink cycles. A single blink consists of closing the eyes, and after a short delay of about 100 milliseconds, the eyes open. Then the next blink is scheduled for 3 to 5 seconds from the last to mimic a natural blink cycle. There is a function to stop blinking as well, though it is not executed in the current app. Feel free to pause here and view the code and comments. The full code is available on GitHub. Using the environVRM library and the blink function, I am now fully visible and blinking in the app. Next, we will move on to how I am able to answer questions using various methods, from semantic similarity comparisons against an FAQ, to including text files for a Minirag system, to using small LLMs to add a bit of personality to more general responses. We will also cover how I have a voice and fallbacks to deal with different hardware that I may be run on.